but he bout to get that ass scar. Watch I get the club crunk, I'ma make him scar. We ain't playing wanna front, get that ass scar. Do it like them dirty South boys doing scar. Now where you from, who the boss, I'ma break him off. Where you from, who the boss, let me break him off. Now where you from, who the boss, I'ma break him off. Where you from, who the boss, let me break him off.
Coming straight out of Compton, lace up my G6s and I'm A-Town stomping. Got 10,000 cash in my pocket, let the pump in, cause Luda and Young Buck always getting me into something. Low rider out front, I'm trying to get into something. Step on bank shoe one more time and I'ma start busting. Rose gold in my grill, I got a dirty mouth and a bitch with a fat ass from the dirty, dirty South. I wasn't trying to get the cover of the Double XL, just trying to fuck Maya, cause Dre says sex sells. Don't be mad at the rocks in my fucking chain. Don't be mad cause your bitch chose fucking game. You see the logo tatted on my neck, the same one I'm autographing on the chest. Put your bottles in the air for Yayo, he on house arrest. And on behalf of 50 Cent, this is G-Unit West. Now stomp, G-Unit. Now stomp, G-Unit.
I hear him talking, but he bout to get that ass scar. Watch I get the club crunk, I'ma make him scar. We ain't playing wanna front, get that ass scar. Do it like them dirty South boys doing scar. Now where you from, who the boss, I'ma break him off. Where you from, who the boss, let me break him off. Now where you from, who the boss, I'ma break him off. Where you from, who the boss, let me break him off.
I'm a monster in this game, similar to the Loch Ness. My rhymes are nappy rooted, some verses got a process. The truth in this booth, ain't no doubts when I'm rapping. If I say